Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin did break above the resistance area. We might just be witnessing here the retest, and we'll see if it is successful or not. This is really the decision here. Ideally, Bitcoin holds now the 19,623 level, sort of in that region. We're going to take a look at that now. Seems to be frozen now. We might still fail. We might still be failing. And that this breakout is just a bit of a fake out over the basically the daily candle close, right? Because it is now midnight here, UTC midnight. So 20 minutes ago we had the daily candle close, and we saw quite a bit of volatility here. We saw this expected move to the upside. I used that to take, no, I didn't take profits. I moved up my stop loss on the Ethereum trades that I have open, so they are now all in profits. All my risk has been taken out, and if we break down now, I'm happy. I'm going to rebuy lower, I'm going to reset lower, and if I'm getting stopped out, everything will be stopped out in profit. So I'm quite pleased with that. It has been really positive here, this whole movement to the upside. We tracked and captured 3 reversal areas. They were all defined and all of them were hit and addressed, and long positions could have been opened there. We defined the resistance area here, so anybody who wanted to short could open a short here, obviously. And I showed you earlier today that we are in something that I would consider an ascending triangle, which in most cases would be expected to break out to the upside in this case, because you make a series of higher lows, right? So that is not only this pattern we talk about, and here another higher low, basically breaking out, building up for this breakout, right? But it's not only that we identified here the upside potential, which is why I was long also on Ethereum. Why do I trade Ethereum, not Bitcoin? Well, it just has to do that since June, the Ethereum pattern and price structure just seemed to be more predictable, and I think it has become a bit of a habit. Most recently, Bitcoin has received some of its strength back and seems to act again in a more predictable way, in a less messy way, even though it's still messy. But maybe I will change that and get back to Bitcoin at some point. But at the moment, I'm still quite happy with Ethereum as well, just because I had a few questions about that. No, it hasn't only been this pattern that we identified some upside potential. As you know, we're using the Elliott waves. And here we are looking at this possible A wave up, B wave down, which would be followed by a C wave to the upside. That should move in 5 waves. 1, 2, we could now be in the 3rd wave to around 17.3k, I think just below that. Then there should be a wave 4 and a wave 5. This should now really start. And if it takes longer, we're probably not yet in the 3rd wave. The strength of the move to the upside that we've seen here at the moment would suggest we are in the 3rd wave, and nothing is going to move up in a straight line. But it can still fail, because at the moment, as you can see, off this most recent low here, we had only 3 waves up, and it seems like we're breaking down just now. A lot of profit taking, and we're failing at support, so we might just be coming down. It is absolutely crucial that we find a substantial breakout above that resistance level. Again, we just now seem to be breaking down here. We're going to zoom in a minute, but the target would be, the ideal target here for this 3rd wave. There is no change to the previous video, basically. It is here sort of the region around 17,000 to, is it now 17,250? Let me just double check that. It might have changed with that last low here. That would be the minimum target that we would expect here. But yeah, I think it is sort of the 17,250 level for the 3rd wave. But we should eventually get 5. Also in the C wave, we should ideally get 5. And that could take us to, well, it could actually take us to around 17.5k, but that would be at the higher end, certainly. What is important now is, well, see, we are already coming down quite a bit. What would be important in any case is that we're now not losing the 78.6% FIB level. That is at 16,850. It would be good already to hold the 50% FIB level at 16,890. As you can see, we have now lost, well, we haven't really substantially lost support yet. We're holding the 38.2% retracement now. but we're still holding sort of the support here. We shouldn't drop any lower than that. If we do really, then we're losing support. We're not losing the fib levels yet, but we're losing structural support. That was an important breakout here. If we don't hold it, yeah, this whole thing might fail again. We might then have a chance to rally again from the support area. So this is now really where the bulls and the bears are fighting up here. But certainly that nice green candle, quite interesting towards the end of the, basically the Christmas. It's suddenly starting, right? I think tomorrow the stock market should be open again. I can't remember. I need to double check that. It could be that it's still out. It's still going to be closed for another day. I think it actually is closed for another day. I need to double check that. Maybe post in the comments if you know about this. But hey, that is really what it's about now. And then it's all about, or what are we going to do in this area up here? Because at the moment I'm showing you here the blue count, which is the bearish count, which would eventually put another low in, and we would not go any higher than the C wave. So we put basically one more 5-wave leg to the upside in, and will then break down, and it could take us to 14K or even below that. I'm leaning towards actually more upside, which doesn't mean it has to be the case and has to be true, but I'm leaning towards that we put in this red count A, B, C, where we're actually moving up in 5 waves, not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could take us into the 19 to 20K region. But of course, that's not confirmed yet. We need to see what happens after we put in this sort of C wave, yeah, because this could be in 1, 2, 3, and then we'll get a 4, 5, or it could just be an ABC. So that will be decision point up there. And but ultimately, in the very short term, we now need to hold this key support area. If we break down, I mean, we still have all those 3 support levels that are relevant. That hasn't changed at all. I go back to the 1-hour chart now. They haven't changed at all, so they are still relevant here. And we've got support at 16,630, 16,460, and if we lose 15,880 down here, that's the confirmation of the blue count. Then we are, if we cross below that, then we're probably going to see the 14K level and maybe even lower. That would be quite bearish. I would like to see actually, I mean, I'm still waiting for a lower low anyway. Yeah, it's just that if we come down in the blue count, based on then the higher level structure, it would indicate that actually maybe the 14K level that I've been talking about now for a while is not going to be sufficient. We might actually drop a bit lower than that in that case. The 14 to 14.5K level, however, would be realistic if we move up in the C wave and then come down from there. Because anybody who's sort of new or has missed the previous videos, we are currently coming down in what I believe is a so-called ending diagonal pattern. So we moved down here in a wave 1, moved up in a 2, came down in 3, as expected, currently moving up in a wave 4. So we saw upside. Question is just how much more do we get? And we'll then put in one more low in a wave 5. And I see that currently in the 14 to 14.5K region. But what I don't know is if this is really sufficient. So we always need to see now with any new low could be the last one. So any new lower low could be the last low of this bear market. But we need to see how does the price actually react to these individual support levels. No? Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership and also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're interested, also check out our trading course that we offer on morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.